Here's the rule. Call attention to a statement by introducing it with a colon.
I don't see why using a colon calls attention to anything. It just looks like two dots.
Well, instead of thinking of them as just two dots, think of them as headlights. And imagine...
I'm not old enough to drive.
And as any intelligent person knows, when you turn on the headlights...
They light up what's in front of you. So when you switch them on, you see what's coming.
Bingo. And that's what the colon does. It signals the reader. Pay attention. Keep your eye on the road. This next part is important.
Yeah. Well, which parts of my paper aren't important? I mean, it sounds as if I should be using a colon in every sentence.
Okay, let's back up for a second. When you revise your papers, notice that some sentences are like drum rolls. Their primary purpose is to set the stage for what comes next. Suppose you write this.
The situation was desperate.
Do you see the question hidden in this sentence?
Yeah. How or why was it desperate?
Right. And the next sentence?
Should provide the answer.
Good. Suppose we are talking about my cat Percy. What sentence might come next?
Not Percy. Oh, all right. The situation was desperate. Period. Percy got only 22 hours of sleep yesterday.
Oh, wow. Percy's situation is more desperate than I realized. So, let me give you the key to writing about it. When the second sentence answers a question or completes a thought from the first sentence, you may want to link them with a colon.
The situation was desperate. Colon. Percy got only 22 hours of sleep yesterday.
Very nice. You've got it. Now, look at these sentences.
Percy's desire was clear. From now on, he would eat the tuna fish. The cat food was for me.
Okay. How might a colon work here?
I'd make the whole thing shorter and more direct. And also help the reader.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Percy's desire was clear. Tuna for him, cat food for me.
Perfect. And as you've shown, what follows the colon doesn't need to be a complete sentence. But let me point out a trap. This kind of sentence works best if you save it for your main points. Use it too often and it stops having any impact. You'll also sound silly.
Silly? How?
Read this sentence and you'll see.
When the waiter left, I looked down at the fish on my plate. Colon. It looked pretty good. Wow, that is silly. There's no excitement there. Why use a colon? It's like underlining the word the. Can I make up a better, post-colonic flourish?
Be my guest.
When the waiter left, I looked down at the fish on my plate. Colon. Drum roll. It was moving.
You have a strange mind, but an interesting one. Okay, here's another trap. Never use a colon after a verb or a preposition. In other words, don't use a colon to smash a complete sentence into fragments. For example, this sentence is correct because without the colon, the words are run together.
One detail looks suspicious. Colon. Percy's paw prints on the kitchen table.
But these are not okay, because the sentences would be fine without the colon.
What made me suspicious was, no colon because was is a verb, Percy's paw prints on the kitchen table. I was suspicious of, no colon because of is a preposition, Percy's paw prints on the kitchen table.
Yeah, the rule is simple. Don't put a colon after a verb or a preposition.
I won't, I promise. One last question. Can't I also use a colon to introduce a quotation?
Yes, you can. Just treat the quotation as you would the other material we've looked at.
President Obama discussed the importance of punctuation, colon, open quotation marks. It's time all patriotic Americans learn to use the colon, close quotation marks.
Good. However, if you've woven the quote into your sentence, you wouldn't use a colon because it breaks your sentence into pieces.
President Obama said all Americans should learn, no colon, open quotation marks, how to use the colon, close quotation marks.
Perfect. So, remember,
call attention to a statement by introducing it with a colon.